Between economic instability, a relentless news cycle, and endless digital notifications, modern life often feels like being caught in a permanent storm. We drift from one crisis to the next, reacting to external pressures rather than living intentionally. Biologically, this chaos triggers what psychologists call an amygdala hijack. The amygdala is an almond-shaped cluster in the brain responsible for your primitive fight or flight response. When bombarded by stressful data, this alarm system overrides the prefrontal cortex, the sophisticated region behind your forehead responsible for logic, values, and long-term planning. When the amygdala takes command, the body physically reallocates its resources to prioritize immediate survival. This creates a chronic cortisol trap. Your system stays flooded with stress hormones for months or years, leading to severe decision fatigue, constant sleep disruption, and complete loss of empathy. To fix this, we need to build an internal architecture that external chaos cannot reach. Grab a pen and a blank piece of paper and divide it into 4 equal quadrants. We are going to synthesize thousands of years of ancient philosophy into a concrete 4-step protocol. By the end of this exercise, this single piece of paper will serve as a battle-tested daily map to move you from a reactive victim to a calm observer. Start in the top left quadrant. Write down a simple 15-minute physical routine that you will complete every morning before looking at a single screen. This could be a specific stretching sequence, preparing your coffee, or simply choosing to make your bed. This practice is rooted in the teachings of Confucius and his concept of Li. Li translates to ritual propriety, the idea that internal stability is achieved by creating external order. Ordering your immediate environment works directly on your biology. By completing a structured physical ritual, you create a predictable spatial anchor. You signal to your nervous system that you are safe, allowing the brain to rest rather than scan for threats. Keep this step incredibly simple. Do not overcomplicate it with a 2-hour routine. It must be short, and it must be entirely physical. Completing this morning anchor secures a definitive win before the day even begins. You are proving to your brain that you control your immediate reality, building a fortress before the outside world tries to intrude. Move to quadrant 2. This is your midday crisis filter, drawn from the Stoic philosophy of Emperor Marcus Aurelius. While leading Roman legions through plague and war, he maintained his peace by building an inner citadel, a mental fortress utilizing the dichotomy of control. This diagram shows how to map that control. Draw 2 concentric circles. Label the outer ring concern and the inner control. Keep this tool ready for crises. Map your stressor onto the circles and ask, am I bleeding energy into the outer circle right now? Be strict with your mapping. The global economy, the news cycle, and importantly, other people's moods belong entirely in the outer ring of concern. You cannot directly control them. When you ruthlessly force your focus back into the inner circle, you stop wasting psychological resources on the void. You act only on the tasks right in front of you, maintaining your spiritual stability. In quadrant 3, we build a map for your afternoon emotions using Aristotle. He believed that human flourishing wasn't found in suppressing emotions, but in calibrating them through deliberate habits. This maps his doctrine of the mean. Draw a horizontal line in your 3rd quadrant. Label the left deficiency, the right excess, and the mean in the middle. When overwhelmed, map your behavior. Are you avoiding reality or panic scrolling? Aristotle's mean is not a weak compromise. It is the highest point of excellence. It means feeling the exact right amount of emotion at the right time for the right reason. Visually identifying exactly which cliff you are leaning toward reveals the solution. It tells you the precise behavioral counterweight you need to apply to return to your center. Finally, in the 4th quadrant, we set up an evening fear audit. To do this, we use the Socratic shield. Socrates recognized that human panic usually stems from double ignorance, thinking we know something we actually do not. When we lie awake fearing the future, we are claiming to know exactly how the future will play out. Intellectually, that is impossible. Write down the biggest fear you felt today. Then interrogate it. Ask yourself, why does this scare me? Answer it, and then ask why 2 more times, digging deeper into the root cause with each step. By the third why, you will hit a foundational belief. In almost every case, you will discover that a flawed, highly illogical assumption is providing all the power for your anxiety. Exposing the illogical root of a fear actively strips it of its emotional weight. You dismantle the panic, replacing nighttime paralysis with clear, actionable logic. Look at the page in front of you. You have just built a comprehensive, personalized, external brain for managing chaos. You have a physical anchor for your morning, a stoic filter for your midday stress, an Aristotelian map to calibrate your afternoon emotions, and a Socratic audit to dismantle your evening fears. The overarching goal of these frameworks is to expand the space between a trigger and your reaction. As psychiatrist Viktor Frankl observed, between stimulus and response, there is a space. By cultivating the mind of the observer over the reactor, you claim the power to choose your response. You will still lose your center. You will get angry, you will get afraid, and you will get distracted. The goal of this protocol is not perfection. Set your alarm tonight. Put your phone in another room. Tomorrow morning, wake up and immediately execute the step 1 physical ritual you wrote down. The objective is simply to use this protocol to find your way back to your center faster than you did yesterday. Be the mountain. Let the storm pass. Your center is the only thing that truly belongs to you.